Hey everybody, and welcome to day 7 of my 2024 sample advent calendar. This one's going to be a bit of a long one, mostly because we're going to be doing a lot of sampling and chopping. I have a drum kit over here, and I had to figure out on the QY70 what the start note was and the end note. So the end note is this wonderful sound. Seems like it lasts about 3 to 4 seconds, which is going to mean we're going to have to record that note, all the notes at 3 or 4 seconds, even though you can hear some of them like we'll have a sustain. This is super short, but if we're going to record everything, we're going to have to do that. And the notes go all the way down to C sharp -1. It's a lot of notes to record for 4 seconds. So we'll just get right into it, and we'll get that going. Sampler. We're going to go here. Now, actually, I need to rename the track first because we don't have a name. This is the Jungle Kit, QY70 030. We'll just go Jungle Drums. And I'm not quite sure what this is. This is making it Jungle Drums. I didn't hear anything off the top out of it like real quickly that made it feel like it would fit that category to me, but we'll see. We're gonna go C sharp -1 to C5. Now in this case, because we're doing a drum kit, we have to do a note stride of 1, which means we have to record every single note. So we're gonna be here together for a while just with that. As I said, it's a bummer because we have to do the longest note if we're going to record things this way. It makes for a lot of editing down. So you guys will get to hang out with me today if you want, or take off and just grab the download this kit and use it at your leisure without having to watch me do this. But I figure for anybody that finds this interesting or you're curious how you do it, again, when you're recording a drum kit off of something like the QY70, you got to go find whatever the lowest note is, and you got to go find the highest note, and you're going to want to go through and set up a program where you have a stride of 1, record everything, and sadly, or I mean, it's not like that bad. I mean, you just want to edit it down. There's no sense in having all this extra white space for audio, but we kind of get what we get out of it. I do like having these kinds of devices around. Sounds like the exact same drum roll. So like this one's at least louder. But I mean, the problem that you'll find with doing something like this is you're also going to have the exact same name for every single file, which can be a bummer because you might be trying to go through and be like, where's the wood block? Where's the bass drum? Where's the snare? Where's the clap? And you're just going to have to either load it into the MPC and play it, or just start playing through, listening, and renaming stuff. Can be a lot of work, for sure. So for those of you who want to take up that mantle and challenge, feel free. But I'm just going through this as a exercise for getting you guys some samples and trying to not like leave a completely big mess, but give you something that you can kind of play with. Man, that does not sound... So far, none of these sound like jungle drums to me. Probably pitch everything up like 3 or 4 semitones and see if it kind of gets more of that jungle kind of resampled and pitched around to change the speed. But these are all interesting sounds. I have also found on the Yamaha QY70, if you go through the drum kits, they will have different names, and frequently there'll be only like 5 to 10 different samples. So it's also kind of like once you've recorded off one of the drum kits, it's really just figuring out what the different samples and sounds are, but it's a lot of work. So depends on how much you want to kind of keep these things around for posterity. I'm doing it this one time. I don't know that I'll do another video showing doing this for at least for this year, because I figure this is boring as heck, and we're halfway through. Maybe I need to start getting my dogs or back up and start juggling or something for you guys. Interesting things, I will say. The QY70, while we're hanging out, I think it might have been Mikey 303, but there was like somebody had put together a kit for the QY70 on the Dirty Wave M8 here. So it has all the programs assigned and figured out. So you can actually just go load up a file that has everything set up and configured. And you can then hook up the QY70 to the M8 and play around with it. It is pretty cool. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I picked up the QY70 is that work had been done already. Was looking at the QY100, but I figured for the price difference, there wasn't like that much of a difference for sounds. So, man, that whistle. Another one. Let's go for a third. Nope. Kind of like I don't know, like a washboard kind of noise. What else we got coming? As we're getting near the end, I'm trying to think what kind of things we could do. I think of pitching this up or pitch it down. I think it gives like some really cool sounds, pitching the entire program down. I'm a big fan of just putting a filter over everything and just kind of squish it. As I said, for these, I'm not going to use Flavor Pro just because you have to pay for it. And maybe if I get some free time, I'll go through and do some stuff with some of the more paid for or advanced samples or features for plugins. But I don't know, we'll see. All right, we're done. The first step. Now, as I said, we have to go through and edit all of these. And you can see just how much white space or silence we have. And it's a lot. So we need to make sure we're starting on the lowest note. So let's get to it. I'm not going to worry about making this perfect, but I do want to not have. Yeah, see this? Use your ears if you're going to do this. I mean, to me, like that reverb tail sounds like it comes out almost this far. You could pull it in further, but acoustically, if like this is playing by itself, it can be really nice to have that. Because if you go through and do like any compression or anything else to adjust the sound, you can end up with it just falls off. So yeah, definitely trust your ears. I know it's easy to look at this visually and think that you're doing stuff so you can go faster. But in the end, your ears are the best for this. And we're going to do like this for like 60 something. That's a lot. Sorry, guys. I hope you appreciate this on the flip side. And honestly, like this one, you could tighten up. I don't think it matters too much, but that's weird. That's just like a single cycle waveform ish. Might be fun to loop that up, but not today. I kind of feel it like out to about here in my headphones. If any of you do this yourselves, I feel your pain. For those of that one, we should fix the start point because it was just so far off. Yeah, see if you might not be able to hear unless you got headphones, but it just sounds like it cuts off very early. Right around there feels good. This one just stops, so it's probably a looped sample. Another one that just has a lot of space on the end. All right. Process it, do it. Somebody wants to tell me what makes this jungle. Drop it in the comments. I think I made that a little longer than it needed to be, but as I said, I'm just winging this. It's going to take, we're not even halfway done yet. I'm already at a 10-minute video that I know nobody's going to watch, or some of you might. There might be a few hanging out here. If this was a live stream, I'd probably be looking to see what people are asking for questions, like, how do you keep your sanity doing this? And honestly, you just say, I'm doing it. Okay. I'm going to give it the air it deserves, even if it doesn't need it. Yeah, probably around there. Yeah, if you do this a few hundred times, you'll get even a better sense than I am for this. I've done this 50-ish times maybe in my life where I'm like, I just want this whole drum kit. It is one of the reasons I actually like the what is it, like the sample slice or whatever that the P6 has. It takes a lot of decision making out of your hands if you just do it that way, because it would just be like, that's as much time as you get for that sound. About there. About there's good. We're into the toms. This is a long one. It's even like out here this far. I mean, just look at how much, basically, what looks like empty space. And if I'd cut that early, it's going to sound, I mean, it can sound fine, but if you just listen to it in isolation, it sounds wrong. I think that's fine. Actually, I think that's even like about there. It's another one that's just got a very long release on it. Might be going through reverb, but I'm not going to go through all that right now. Here, hopefully. Anybody that does this for a living is probably going to be like, Greg, you are doing a terrible job. Because I'm skipping all the, I'm really not bothering with the starting points. And as I said, I'm just doing it by ear. I used to enjoy doing this on the MPC 1000 because you could zoom in and like get a good view of the waveform at the tail. That one doesn't need hardly anything. There's too much that I left there, but it's okay. That ends pretty quickly. We're nearing the end here, I promise. That might be a little short, but I'm not going for perfection. I don't want this to be a 35-minute video. See, we're already at 15. One of my least favorite sounds out of this. Not a big high-pitched whistle fan. Okay, we're D4. So close. Come on, guys. We can do this. If you've been with me this long, hopefully we'll have a pizza party. You deserve to get pizza or chicken wings or whatever your favorite food is. You deserve to go get that after watching all this. I got some friends at lunch want to go grab French toast, I think. So that's probably what we're up for. Got a triangle, shaker, or something. Christmas bells. And our last, I don't know how long this is going to go out for. As I said, this is like the long one because it's got such a long tail. We're going to cut it there. And now we are done with all this. And I forgot to change the name. Sorry, guys. We're just going to have a dash auto sampled in the file name. But we'll fix the program name. And at least there's that. All right. Let's do a couple. We'll duplicate this. We'll do a couple variations on this. As I said, I think even just as simple as I'm going to knock this down 6 semitones. Let's go up. So what's happening is we get the key stretch. I do like it pitch down. We're going to do a pitch down, and let's add in, what was I thinking? I want to go compressor, I think. We want a compressor on this. Classic compressor sounds good. And let's get a filter. Just pull it down like 6K. We're going to go just a little bit of bit crush. I think this sounds cool to me. We'll go do another crush on the end. We'll duplicate this. And let's switch out the filter. Let's go, actually, I'm just going to go resample. Get that like 90s arcade, like just crushed down. Is that too much? That's too much. I dig it. All right, I'm going to call it here. Let's just rename this, and we'll just say resample. Man, typing terribly. Resample. We call it a day. Just going to say, feel free to download these for free. Do what you would like with them. Have fun. Keep making music. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.